Hi, this is Graham, and today I just wanted to share with you a couple of quick tips about how to get rid of dust spots from your images, particularly those in the sky when you're using Lightroom. Sometimes it can be difficult to see them, and this is a quick tip just to enable you to show them up more so they're easy to get rid of. So here we have an image that was taken in Germany in 2015. I've already done some processing on this, but I can see just in the top right hand corner of the image of the sky that there are some little spots there, and I want to get rid of those. We could zoom in on them. We'll go 1:1 and we'll move this up here, and you can see they're there, but some of them are not really very visible, and if I was wanting to sell this image, I would want to make sure that it was as good as it possibly could be. Otherwise people might see those spots and decide not to buy it. So what's the best way, or one of the best ways to highlight them better so you can get rid of them? One of the ways I find is to use in Lightroom the dehaze slider. That's in the effects module. So we're going to ramp up dehaze right to the very top. Now that makes the picture quite extreme and not to my taste, but what it does do, it shows up these spots in the sky very well. So if we zoom in again, we can see them here, and this now allows us to use the spot cleaning tool to help us to get rid of those. So I'm just going to go along here and get rid of them. There are some which are worse than others and some which are not so worse, but there's obviously a lot of them, and depending on how I might finish processing this image, they might well show up more. Now another little tip here is when you've got somewhere that's overlapping, and when you go on to the where you've already done a spot heal and it won't bring it up, is to go down into the tool overlay and select never. So that means now that you can go on to areas where you've already done a spot heal and it's partially covering up another one that you want to do, and it will let you do all of these. It will let you go over them again. So just going through all of these, there's an awful lot of them on this image. It's not one of my favourite images, but I wanted to use it to show, if you like, an extreme example. There we are. Now another quick tip is to find your way through your image. I'll just get rid of one or two over here. To check these is to use the down page key on your keyboard. So if you use the down page and just keep pressing down page, it cycles, it goes to the bottom of the first segment and then cycles through to the top, and so you can go along here. There's a rather big spot there. We'll get rid of that one. Some smaller ones here. I'm making sure that all of the spot is covered within the internal ring on the spot healing brush. There's another large one there, and there's a bit of a strange area over here. So what I'm actually going to do here is do that like that and go over there and go over there. So I've done quite a lot of these. I've probably missed some. We'll zoom back out, fit to screen. So now I can go back into the dehaze. I can just see one or two here, so we'll just get rid of those ones. There we are. So I can now go back into the dehaze slider, double click on amount, which brings it back to 0, and we can see that the sky is looking a lot better than it was. If I go into the history and go down to the bottom of all these spot removals and go to dehaze amount, I'd have to reset it actually. So if I reset, you can see them all in the top here. If I undo that and go back to the dehaze amount, you can see that they're gone. So I reset and you can see them there, and I undo that and they're virtually all gone. So that's just a quick tip to help you to identify the spots better, particularly in a light sky, to enable them to enable you to get rid of them. Hope that's been help. This is Graham. Thanks very much. See you soon.